been a while. So there's this thing that's been happening recently, and it's people asking me how many subscribers I have. I think this is just because I've been meeting a lot of new people, and they ask me what I do, and I'm always so excited and genuinely proud to say that I'm a YouTube creator. A lot of the times the follow-up question is, oh, what do you make videos about? But there's a lot of times also where the follow-up question is, how many subscribers do you have? And this question makes me feel weird. And I wanted to talk about why. So it's not that I'm embarrassed, because obviously for anyone who has followed my journey or subscribed to this channel or just, knows my content, you know how much YouTube has changed my life for the better. I mean, I can go on and on about how much YouTube has made a positive impact. I wouldn't be who I am if I hadn't started this YouTube journey, if I hadn't stuck with it. Of course, I've had my ups and downs. I've had to take some breaks, but YouTube will always, always, always have a special place in my heart, despite how many videos I've made, what my content's about, how many subscribers I have, how much money I've made. All of that doesn't matter. YouTube will always be special to me. And I'm proud to say that I am a creator on this platform because of that. Mind you, this question has never, ever, I can confidently say that, has never come from another content creator. It's never from someone who also makes YouTube videos or creates content online themselves. So I understand the difference between someone who is a fellow content creator and gets it and someone who isn't a content creator. And the perception of what content creating is, especially if you're not in this world, is very different from the reality of what it's actually like to be a content creator, especially a full-time content creator. And here's the thing. I've been doing this full-time, like I said, for going on 7 years. So, it hasn't been easy, but I would consider myself a success, right? Like, I set out to do a thing, and I am doing it and have been doing it this whole time. Of course, I can always grow. I can always, get more subscribers, make more videos, make more money, all these things. But like this whole time, I've been doing the thing that I set out to do full time. And that's because of all the work and effort and, research, brainstorming, just all the work I put into it. So I think the reason why it makes me feel weird is that I know the reason why people ask this question is because I'm assuming that people correlate success with very large numbers of subscribers, of which I do not have. And again, I'm not embarrassed about that because I have achieved my goal. I have a whole podcast about how you don't need a huge audience to do this full time. So it's like, I understand my own goals and what I'm doing and how it all impacts, that. But someone who's asking this question just knows that, silver play button, gold play button, millions of subscribers, all these things is like the exciting thing. And I don't have that. Maybe I sense a disappointment or feel like I'm a disappointment because I'm not this exciting thing in their eyes, because it's like, yeah, I don't, to me, a couple thousand, let's call it 10,000. Like, I know I have more or less on other channels and whatever, but let's just say I had, 10,000 even subscribers. I know that that's a lot, but that's not a lot compared to like hundreds of thousands or millions. And so I think, like, even though I'm proud, I feel like, oh, I'm not the special thing that you think I am, because I'm not able to respond in the way that I think you want me to. The way that it makes me feel is that I am going to upload a video soon. I'm editing it right now. But basically, in the past 3 months, I got a wake-up call from my doctor back in October. And she was like, yo, your cholesterol is super, super concerningly high. You need to make drastic lifestyle changes or else, right? So she gave me 3 months before I would have to go back in for progress, blood work, lab check, and whatever. And I was able to decrease my cholesterol by 84 points, which I think that's a big deal. I feel like that's a lot. I've never tried to lose cholesterol. Like, I don't know how fast it is, but based on the work that I put in, it took it was just a lot. It was a lot of work. And I'm going to be talking about this entire journey in this upcoming video. But what you'll notice, right? I also talked about this on my Instagram story. So if you follow me there, you'll have probably seen it. But what you'll notice between my Instagram stories, my Instagram posts, and this video that's about to come out, I never, ever, ever once mention how much weight I've lost. Because to me, that wasn't the goal. And I feel like weight loss is something that is so glorified. It kind of reminds me of how, being a content creator with millions, like this crazy number of subscribers, is the thing that's glorified. Now, at this point, I could say that I've lost close to 15 pounds, which that's crazy. And I feel great. I feel like I'm in the best shape ever, but that's not the thing that I set out to do, right? Like that's just the byproduct of trying to decrease my cholesterol, because that's the thing that I was focusing on. That's the thing that's like, we're going to clog your arteries. That could lead to other things that are, are going to be harder to fix. And I feel like cholesterol is something that's not like talked about, especially compared to weight loss, right? Like everyone understands what it means to lose 5 pounds, 10 pounds, 20 pounds. Like we hear about that all the time, but I don't think I've ever heard anyone talk about, decreasing cholesterol points. And that could be because I'm 37. Like maybe these conversations are more common in your 40s and your 50s or whatever, but like it's not something that is talked about. I don't think I've ever heard anybody talk about it. So my point is, I'm very excited to talk about how much cholesterol I've lost. I would feel very weird if someone asked me like, how much do you weigh? Right? Like how much do you weigh? How much weight have you lost? And I don't know why. Maybe it's the equivalent of like, how much money do you make? How much money do you make? Like it's just a weird question. I don't know. It just makes me feel weird. I'm not offended, right? Because I understand again that the people who are asking me this they're not coming from like a place of maliciousness or anything like that. I'm not offended. It's just I can't help but feel just, I don't know, weird. But maybe the reason why I feel weird about it is that whether it's weight loss or number of subscribers or whatever, I do feel like there's a little bit of, I don't know if minimizing is the right word, but like, even for me, for someone who's lost close to 15 pounds, but more importantly, decreased my cholesterol by 84 points, I have so much more stamina, endurance. I've been able to hit jump rope goals that I haven't been able to hit in 2 years. Like, I feel like there's so many other benefits. There's so many other things I would rather share and talk about and things that I feel like are more exciting to share than just reducing everything to this number that you think is important because that's what everybody talks about, right? And that's the same thing with YouTube is like, oh man, I could tell you so many stories and tell you about so many fun videos that I've made and how they've changed lives, how they changed my life. And then just reduce everything to a number, an arbitrary number, just kind of feels, it feels like that's not what it's about. And I wish that there was a way that I can very quickly explain that in the same amount of time it takes to have the exchange of like, how many subscribers do you have? I have 10,000. So I don't know. Maybe admittedly, it also does come from a place of insecurity because, I feel like every content creator is trying to get better, but I'll speak for myself. I'm always trying to get better. There's always something I could do. I have 1,000 million ideas that, are just sitting there and I beat myself up and, feel guilty because I'm not doing everything that I wish I could be doing and all of that. So maybe I am projecting that insecurity. It's like a deer in the headlights when someone asks me how many subscribers I have, because it is a measure of progress, right? Like, how successful are you in in like how society defines it. Maybe it's me. Maybe I just have spotlight syndrome. You know, I don't even know how I feel about when Tom gets asked this question. I know that like when someone asks us and we're together what we do, I'm always the first person to answer very loudly and proudly. Like, oh, we make YouTube videos. Like, oh, we're YouTube creators. Tom never, ever. He's never the first one to respond if we're, you know, standing there together. And I think like that just leads it to now the person is going to engage with me since I'm the one who answered the question. But I don't know. I'm going to go ask him how he feels. Babe, can you come here? Can you kneel right here? I'm going to ask you a question.
Okay.
Okay. How do you feel when you meet someone new and they find out that you're a YouTube creator and the first question they ask you is how many subscribers do you have?
There's a lady just vlogging outside our house right now.
Benny, come on, Ben.
So you were asking how I feel when I meet someone and they ask how many subscribers I have.
Subscribers. Here's the microphone.
The subscriber thing doesn't bother me.
Doesn't bother you at all?
No.
Yeah, because he's got oh, sorry. You have 116,000. How did it make you feel when you had like 8,000? Is it the same or it never bothered you?
There's more confidence that comes with the bigger number for sure. Like, I wish I could say that there's not. But Ben, buddy, there's more confidence that comes with the bigger. Benny, no, go. Sorry, buddy. Never can get through this. I also felt pretty darn good when I had like 8,000. 10,000 was magical. So it was like, because I know you can kind of accidentally get 100 subscribers if you make a channel, make a few videos, just leave it up for a long time. Like stuff can just grow, you know?
Right. And it has nothing to do with like the effort that you're putting
in. It takes
in.
a lot. If you're trying to grow, it takes a lot, but you can accidentally get there. Once you get to like 5, 10 and beyond, that takes some kind of skill, talent, dedication that clearly not everybody has. No, I don't need to. This isn't a podcast. I don't need to give a long answer. So the subscriber question doesn't bother me. I just hate when people ask about doing YouTube. I hate when people find out that that's what I do.
Really? Why?
Because I don't know how to explain it, and they always say...
So you have no problem with the subscriber number, but you do have a problem with being asked what you do.
Even yesterday, the doctor was like, oh, you like dance and stuff? It's like, no.
Yeah, so the doctor, I had a doctor appointment. He went in with me, and she was like, what do you do? And I was like, oh, we make YouTube videos, because I'm always the first one to respond.
As soon as you said that, I was like, I have to go.
But why?
It's just like...
How do you feel? First of all, describe how you feel.
I feel like nervous and embarrassed, and like there's gonna be a bunch of questions that I don't really want to answer, and a bunch of I'm thinking judgments that I don't know. It's just like, because people think like, oh, you're like a YouTube prankster, you're a TikTok influencer who's like dancing and stuff, and it's like, no, I'm talking about cameras and microphones. It's just, I don't know. I get really uncomfortable.
Oh, because I feel like our discomfort is the same, but mine only comes when they ask me how many subscribers I have.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
I'm super proud to say that I'm a YouTube creator because it's changed my life. It's the best thing that's happened to me.
I know that, but
yeah, But like as soon as it's like how many subscribers you have, and because I don't have what I feel like is what they think you're supposed to have. Maybe it's the same thing with like, oh, if you're a content creator, then you do dance moves or whatever. Oh, if you're a content creator, you must have like hundreds of thousands or millions of subscribers.
There's people who still think if you have 200,000 subscribers, you're tiny. Because, like, oh, shouldn't you have like millions and millions? So that's where it's just like, I can't. It is what it is, I just prefer to not have anyone know about it.
Yeah, you don't even say anything.
No. What I miss about being a teacher is, what do you do? I'm a teacher. Oh, what do you teach? I teach high school. Oh, what subject? Digital media. Oh, that sounds fun. Yeah, it is. Oh, man, I could never do that. High school kids are crazy. I know. Same conversation a million times.
I've never deviated.
Yeah, and it's fine. We don't need to dive into details.
But they got it.
They get it. Everyone
Yeah.
thinks they know what a teacher is, even if it's not right. At least it like shuts down the conversation. Rarely have I ever been asked, "Oh, you do YouTube," and people actually want to know about it. They sort of, the default one that I encounter is people going like, "I don't understand the internet. I don't understand this," and I'm like, "Well, I don't want to explain it to you." Like, so can we stop talking about it? Or it dives into like, my kid wants to do it, and
Yeah.
oh man, TikTok is crazy. I'm like, yeah, that's not what I don't think I've ever had anybody who's actually gone like in depth, like, what is that like? So what does that mean? And yeah, so I just don't want to have the conversation.
Well, there you go.
I don't know how you're gonna edit this together.
I don't either.
I talk too much. I'm sorry.
So there's a little bit of a discomfort on both of our ends. I don't know. I'd love to know how any other content creators feel about this. He's talking about Peter,
I was talking about
his favorite.
Peter had a magical device in his office that let him put his shoes on without bending over. And I know that's like a 400-year-old thing, but I thought it was cool.
All right, so now we are on the way to the newest, coolest thing in the desert where we live, the Acrisure Arena, which like, it's a brand new arena, 10,000 seats that opened up in December. And we saw it being built and we were like, oh yeah, that's cool, but didn't realize how much of a part it would play in our lives, to the point where we are now on the way to buy season tickets for the Coachella Valley Firebirds, which is the AHL hockey team that calls the arena home base.
Because we're hockey fans now.
Because now we're hockey fans, yes. We've gone to 6 games. Six I believe, 6 or 7. And they've been super fun every time. It's such a blast. We always look forward to it. And we were looking at the rest of the season and we were like, okay, we want to go at least once a week. I think it just makes sense to get season tickets because it comes with parking and all of that.
So this is our Valentine's Day.
So there you go. We're going to the arena because we're going to meet up with the sales dude who's going to show us what seats are available for the rest of the season. And those will be our season seats.
That's his title too, sales dude.
Sales dude.
It's on the business card.
It's funny because the arena is super decked out right now. Because Harry Styles is performing tonight.
On his birthday.
His birthday. And so everyone is very happy about that. I couldn't even name a Harry Styles song. Actually, Watermelon Sugar, I think, is the only one I could think of. But it looks cool. Look how cool this is. Happy birthday, Harry. Check this out. They set up Harry's stage on top of the ice rink. We've never seen it set up for a concert. It was super cool.